I think she's one of the few female characters in any Christopher Nolan film who has
Mm.
any agency or even personality. Because I think Christopher Nolan, uh, he's he's not he's got we've talked about, I think in the Goodfellas episode we talked about Martin
Mm.
Scorsese's woman problem.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan's got a massive woman problem. I just don't think he's interested in women at all. As a filmmaker, I'm not saying he's
Yeah.
gay. I don't mean it's an euphemism for that. I just mean, like, well, it might be, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he's married to a woman. Anyway, whatever.
Mm.
Uh, no, he's just not, because I mean, the only other one I've seen that really because even like the only other female character in a Nolan film that I can think of who's actually interesting is
Mm.
Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer, which I recently
Mm.
rewatched. I watched it when it
Yeah.
came out, but I watched it again over Christmas,
Yeah,
and
so
it's
do I
because it's a
actually.
Christmas film. It's great fun.
Yeah.
Barrel of laughs.
Yeah.
But
At least I got to watch it
she's
and not
terrific,
get.
and it's a well written
Yeah.
part as well.
No,
Even though even though the trailer, the only time we see Emily Blunt is literally hanging the washing out. Okay,
mm,
this is Christopher Nolan's idea of a woman's role in a film. Is like, yeah,
yeah.
I do the washing. Yeah, yeah.
No, but
Um,
she's a much more layered character in
Nat,
Oppenheimer.
yeah, Emily
Um,
Blunt's character.
Emily Blunt, and
I mean, she's the wife, but it's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
again, the
I
wife of
mean,
the main character, but she's
I
an
must
interesting
say
character in her own
this
right.
that it was actually enjoyable to watch a Christopher Nolan film where I had control over the volume and I could save my hearing from watching Oppenheimer. So because literally my ears were ringing when I left the cinema
Oh, but you
when
saw it at the
watching
cinema.
Oppenheimer. Yeah,
Was it particularly loud?
it, totally over the top. It was overly
So, so
loud, really.
I've heard
Just,
a lot of people complain about loudness in, over, like in
I mean,
volume
it's
creep in
exactly.
cinemas,
So
but
it was
I've
one,
never
and
really.
it's particularly with music, not dialogue,
But is it
not explosions, but
but is it volume or
music.
is it sound balance?
Well,
Because
no,
I've
because
heard.
if it was sound balanced, you wouldn't hear the dialogue. You just, yeah, so you can hear
Well, that's what
everything.
I'm
Just,
saying.
yeah.
Is it a sound balance problem? Like the dialogue isn't loud enough over the rest of the ambient
No.
sound. It's just
Dialogue is understandable because otherwise, if the music was so loud, you wouldn't be able to hear the dialogue. So you can hear the dialogue. Dialogue's fine. Explosions, okay, it loud, but not deafening.
when the
The
Oppenheimer is kind of fair
music,
enough.
the
When
music,
the H bomb goes
however,
off, it's
and
like,
some of
yeah,
the sound effects.
or
So
the A bomb.
you know the scene at the end when everybody's stamping their feet and he's like walking through the
Oh, and he
auditorium.
sees them all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah.
actually had to stick my fingers in my ears because it was so
In the cinema.
loud in the
Wow,
cinema. It almost got to a point where it was painful.
wow.
And I did actually make a complaint to the yeah at the
To the
cinema.
cinema.
I said if you haven't already done so, can you please check your audio levels because that was way too loud. And literally my ears were ringing.
I've
So
heard a lot. I've heard a bit. I
but
have heard a bit of.
Christopher Nolan is Tenant was like it. I mean, yeah, I didn't see Tenant in the cinema. I did actually see it
No.
on streaming. But then
Yeah.
you can adjust the volume. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's when you're seeing in the cinema, you don't
Well, you can
have that
adjust the volume.
ability.
You can't adjust the sound mix.
You can't adjust the sound pitch.
You
But
can
and
adjust the
this is what
volume.
I'm
You
saying.
lost the volume.
It isn't. The balance is fine because if the balance was off, you wouldn't hear everything else. The
But I've
problem
heard
is
it's.
just the the music and background noise is just way too loud in Nolan films. He's got a thing about it. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I remember. I think, yeah, Tenet. I think Tenet,
Tenant's
when
the
that came out,
same.
a lot of people
Yeah,
said it was. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, a lot of people complained that you couldn't hear the dialogue.
yeah.
Which to me, again, that just sounds like, well, so it's a sound mixing problem. Just boost the I mean, they should have
No,
boosted the
this is
dialogue
what I'm
louder
saying.
than
You
everything else.
can hear it. It's just one aspect of it is overly loud.
Right,
So
right.
it doesn't blank it out. It's just too much compared to everything else.
Mm. And
So,
everything else gets
and
louder
when you
to
do
compensate or
have it
whatever.
layered, when you've got music, dialogue, it's getting lost. It's one thing is just over egging the others. Um,
I've heard sort of anecdotal evidence. Like I remember, like my father-in-law used to complain a bit when he was getting older, when he was in
mm,
his 80s. He was sort of complaining like about watching certain TV programs, and like if there's incidental music at the same
mm,
time as dialogue, I mean, this is
Yes,
probably an age thing and hearing
it
going
is.
funny as
Yeah,
well. He had
because
hearing
you lose
problems,
certain
but
frequencies as you age.
yeah, but still, he found that with certain programs,
Mm,
that if you know that if there was if it was just dialogue, it was all right. He could understand it, but if there was incidental music underneath it,
yeah,
he couldn't hear the dialogue. And
yeah.
actually, I mean, it
Mm,
wasn't quite as bad for me because obviously I'm not in my 80s, but well, hopefully, I hope that's obvious. We were watching a program recently, and and I thought, and there was a scene like
mm,
where the music got quite loud, the incidental music got quite loud. It was crescendoing, and I thought,
mm,
do you know what? I'm gonna have to watch that again because I couldn't hear what they were saying at the end
mm.
because it
Oh,
was because
exactly.
the music was going. Oh, what? Sorry.
Yeah.
So I do
And
again and again. As I say, it's a function of
filmmakers,
age, but
yeah,
still.
filmmakers are waking up to this because
Right.
that and even a lot of modern TVs, a lot of smart TVs, you can
Mm.
actually
It's not
re-pitch,
just film,
and
it's TV. Yeah, yeah.
it's TV. Adverts have always been louder, and obviously
Yes,
depending
for
on
obvious reasons. Yeah.
if you are watching a DVD and then you leave the same volume and then you go put YouTube on your TV and then you go watch
Yeah.
normal TV, all the volumes are going to be at different pitches anyway.
Yeah.
Um, and
Our,
obviously, if
our
you
videos were quite quiet until I sorted my. Well, I hope I've sorted out my. I think I've buggered it
And
up
yeah,
actually in this
I think I've
episode. I
been
need to talk more
pissing
like
around
that.
with my mic today, so I might be
Yeah.
sounding a bit louder than I might be doing a Nolan. Um,
Yeah.
so, but um, but you can go into audio systems, particularly if you've got
Actually, I'm
things.
doing a burn.
Sorry.
Stop doing a Bane impression.
I'm
But
just very nice friend. Don't listen to I touch it, rest my head on your shoulder. I don't wish I don't break her head. I touch Tom Hardy.
I've finished now.
you sure?
Yes. Sorry, you're saying
Okay.
about volume, TV levels, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So, I mean, you can go into a lot of settings on your own TV, or if you've got a sound bar,
making little
or if you've
adjustments.
got
Yeah, yeah.
an audio visual amplifier, you
Which
can
most
go
people
into
have
different settings.
nowadays.
Most people do these days, but yeah, you can go in and actually vary these sorts of settings. But a lot of movie makers are being a bit more, particularly in the last few years, they're being actually a little bit more aware of
Yeah, a bit
the
more.
the Nolan factor, and
I'm sure he's
not
not the
doing
only one,
it.
but he's a high profile
He's a high
one, so he
profile
takes the
one that
brunt,
does
doesn't he?
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And then of course, as soon as you're aware of it, it's like anything, like lens flares, like I mentioned a bit
Once you
earlier.
notice it,
Yeah,
you can't
you
unnotice it.
can't
Yeah, I know what you
unsee
mean.
it or you
It's
can't
just like, for
unhear it. So
Christ's sake.
it ruins it. So which is
It's
a
like
bit
when
of
I
a
heard
shame.
first, like the first time I heard the word iconic, I probably didn't even notice. But the
Mm.
101st time I heard it, stop saying iconic. It doesn't mean anything. Was my instinctive reaction.